But there are some things you just don't say to other people.
Fenrir, yeah, automatically going to be banned. Septem 7 likely going to have to ban both Ratatoskr and Ao Kuang here.
Right.
If they decide to ban neither, it's possible they'll go for the split. Definitely considered the two most volatile characters in the game right now.
Ao Kuang and Ratatoskr?
Wow, no, Bologna. Okay, so will upcoming stars try to counter here by banning one of the two, or are they going to let both through? Now remember, if they don't ban either, they're guaranteed one or the other. If they don't ban either, though, they also might give one to Septem 7. It's a little bit of a tricky play right now.
It also depends on Ratatoskr being one of the newer gods, as Ao Kuang is banned out by upcoming stars.
And that should be Ratatoskr.
It should be, but if it isn't, we have a talking point. We did see Get Fisher play it, and it is banned, so we'll just mention it real quick. Get Fisher played Ratatoskr earlier in the day and didn't do too well.
No, it's true. He kind of got bodied.
He did fantastically after the fact, I have to mention. So it's really, what I'm saying is Ratatoskr is a newer god, so hours in the gym might be a little low. Giannis picked up first for upcoming stars.
Not a bad pick. I mean, global presence, super powerful. Over on the other side, though, Athena, a character most people consider to be like the most important Guardian pick right now, considering she plays like 4 roles.
Yeah, I mean, Athena is obviously the support, can play in the jungle, as we've seen a number of times. And
which we'll probably see now. I mean, Sylvanas just got picked up, so it's possible we'll see her in the jungle as it is. Upcoming stars likely to pick Geb here. Thor gets locked in. Not a bad pick. Again, very safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we mentioned, Bart and I mentioned last time around, Medusa gets picked up. Beautiful pickup right here. The Athena-Medusa combo, just a little too strong. And Medusa, not a bad pick in her own right.
No, yeah, again, super safe pick. Neath going to be locked in. I imagine the ban here will be Geb. Try to take that away. Mm-hmm. Upcoming stars, though, they wind up getting hurt a little bit by picking that Janus so early.
Yes.
They remove the ability to really pick Opwash safely. Opwash, of course, the hardest counter in the game to Sylvanas. Really, the only counter in the game to Sylvanas.
And actually, the counter to Ra. Bart and I were really talking about Ra before, and I think we completely overlooked how strong Opwash is against the Chicken Man.
You can't step in it. If you step in that heal, you're going to die.
Pretty much. I mean, the way he hurts people for healing is intense. Hades banned out by upcoming stars, and in return, Isis will be picked up for that mid lane role by Septem 7.
So far, no solo laner on the side of Septem 7, which is smart. Ares going to be locked in as the support. Very smart after the Geb ban. Also, a great character against Neath, considering she has no CC immunity. She will have to buy beads. And then Hell. Okay.
Hell is so interesting. Is there a sausage on this team? There is a sausage on this team, and that's why we see the Hell.
Everybody say Hell. Keep it going.
I'll actually give that one to you. That was good.
All right. Osiris going to be locked in. Now, this is an interesting pick because Osiris doesn't have very strong wave clear against a healer. They can actually use, in this case, Inspire to heal the wave up as he's clearing, forcing him under his tower, stripping away a lot of that early gold that Osiris should have been entitled to. With that, Osiris should probably lock himself into an early Frostbound Hammer and rush her down with help from the jungle Athena. They shouldn't have too much trouble, so it's up to Thor.
And on the flip side, sure, he might have laning problems against Hell, but the ultimate negates healing 100%. In addition to the weakening curse that he's most likely going to buy, this is a very smart pickup of Osiris because of the way that ultimate interacts with Hell. It's all a matter of how well you can go up against it. And one more time, Hell is a god that we talking a lot to the analysts around the scene. Hell is good. The reason she's bad is she gets
dominated.
demolished.
She gets demolished in lane.
Have you ever seen a Hell make it to the end game without being demolished?
Right. If Hell somehow makes it through the laning phase, she wins.
Right.
And it's crazy.
Exactly. And much like Mogao was the Hades last game around, Sausage, if you're unfamiliar with this player, is the Hell player. This guy has succeeded more than
Wolfie.
Do more Hell for Wolfie.
All right. Do more of his gun. All right.
But Hell does very, very well, and we'll go ahead and introduce your team's upcoming stars. Has been in the SPL, but they've had a number of roster changes. We'll see Zephyr in the jungle on Thor, Sausage on that Hell that we've mentioned so much. Fexes joins this roster in the middle lane on Giannis and Qin, and Mr. Crunchy, one new name there in the Hunter role on Medusa. And on the flip side, Septem 7, your new team, Ducky will be your solo laner. The Pikachu.
I love this.
Take it.
No, they didn't.
No.
Qin does not have his chains. Okay, so I don't love that. If you pick up flames, you should not be invading. Like, that's just Ares 101.
Right.
You don't have enough damage to control. I mean, she could have just locked him down for free. I mean, there was really no reason for them to go in. I like that opportunity.
Just go for
it. There, yeah.
Just go for it. Little pull, a little runaway by Mr. Crunchy. As we got into that That invade. We'll continue our introduction of Septem 7. We'll take a look at the back cams. Darzer, not Dazer, coach.
Yes, this
is
Darzer.
This is Darzer, the Irishman, showing his ISIS play. And the long lane, made up by Lofes and the famous Big Man Tings.
All right. Remember, guys, Darzer, also a coach. We did see him recently, actually not recently, about a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
At the European land. He is also one of the most celebrated European jousters, so there's a lot of skill in this player in his 1v1 ability. Will that affect his teamwork? Hard to say. He was a coach.
I think we've seen a number of Joust players, most notably Omega and Captain Twig, really come to mind when I think about Joust players.
Twiggy.
And they're solo and mid laners.
Right.
They excel very, very strong. Captain
Maniac
Twig
as well.
Exactly. Captain Twig in this jungle has been a very different story, but he excelled in the mid lane, and that matchup of the Joust situation really helps out. So understanding that Darzer is a Joust player and a coach, I'm looking very excitedly at this mid lane play.
See, I don't like Joust. I think Joust sometimes is a hindrance to gameplay because I think teamwork and CC chaining and proper rotations is the most important skill. But being able to read and understand your opponent's abilities is so important, and that's what they're getting. By the way, you'll notice that heal, the Inspire went off as he was clearing. So while it looked like Ducky got the best of that one, Sausage is going to be able to heal up well.
Rotation from Giannis is possible. Chains are good. Thor's in the air, and Giannis is making his way over. Thor will land. Thor will stun. Fexes will get the kill onto Big Man Tings for the first death of the game. Not done yet as Upcoming Stars looking at the rest of Septem 7. Very, very low is Cephal, but in from the side comes Darzer. He's got the Spirit Ball. Will it land? And it does. It stuns too. The pop of the Ice Assault will heal just a little bit, but it's not enough. The Pikachu falls, and Darzer picks up Qin.
We got a 2v3 here, but it looks like it's in favor of the two. The health, nice Viper shot, though. Off the mark. Spirit Ball will hit, but boom, shotgun to the face. Vexes with another kill. 3 for 1 overall. Upcoming Stars with an early lead.
Very, very strong rotation coming out from Upcoming Stars. 4 men in that left-hand lane before the 3rd minute started.
So, how are we pronouncing the Neath name? So far, I think you've hit like 3 different ones.
We got to pick either Cephal or Lofes. Actually, no. If I recall correctly, and please correct me on Twitter, Cephal is the actual name.
See, that's what I thought, too.
Cephal is the name.
Cephal.
That was the last time we saw Septem 7 around the Challenger scene. I think it's Cephal.
I'm going to call him Neath.
Interesting play there. We'll see how it works out.
So yeah, early start there. Obviously, Upcoming Stars getting the better of it. And since they're ganking duo, that obviously means they're not ganking solo. No one's attempting to shut Hell down early, and we talked about this.
Yes.
This is going to be trouble. Now, you see, she has already spent some gold there getting those beads online, making sure that she can't be ganked immediately. And I like the way that she's staying in the light stance, making sure that she's getting just more control. And you'll note that she has not gone into her ultimate yet on the bottom side, which means she doesn't have that passive MP5. Usually, we'll see someone pick that up by 6, but Sausage is going in another direction here. He's just going for damage and control, and honestly, you can't fault him for it.
And expect a lot of this stuff. This guy at the purest form is a character specialist. I mean, Sausage has been around for as long as, at least for as long as I've been in the scene, which is about 2 years, I guess, and back then, I remember Sausage playing Hell. So he's continued his specialty onto Hell, and it's helped him out in the past. We'll see if it works out here, and it's able to help his team keep their SPL spot.
So you'll notice the way that he's moving right now. This is indicating on the minimap that he's going to be backing for boots. Very smart. Movement speed on Hell, one of the most important stats. We should also expect some level of defense.
Right.
Defense, very important considering she's not the most mobile god. She does gain movement speed, but she has no jumps or dashes.
Yeah, that's one of the problems. She doesn't have a traditional escape. Her escape happens from hindering her opponents and just sort of treading water with her incredible heal. Once Hell reaches the mid game to the late game, that heal becomes super potent.
And unlike other healers, right, she doesn't have like a static level of immunity, right? Chang'e, of course, has her too. Aphrodite has her ultimate plus massive healing from the birds. CC with back off and kiss. You have even Ra constantly gaining that speed of light passive, has a slow inherent to the kit as well. Hell's slow can't really be used as an escape measure, and she doesn't have any CC immunity at all.
She doesn't have an oh no button outside of the beads, and with that, Beads 3 is completed already, so Sausage clearly understanding both the strengths and the weaknesses of this character and building towards it.
I really like that. I really like that. Being able to put herself in a situation where she'll have beads, she'll have extra movement from the cooldown boots, and cooldown boots is a little bit strange to me considering the fact that she's losing all of that penetration. But remember, she has, five moves total?
Hot grab on Mr. McCrunchy. Big man Tings making the big man plays, and the Spirit Ball from the backside out of Darzer is going to be good. Qin gets the kill, but he immediately trades it. Darzer does successfully ices him down, but Qin takes out Cephal.
Yeah, that's a pretty big kill considering the fact that that should have belonged 100% to Septem 7. Upcoming Stars trading in that situation is actually a huge win. Yeah, look at those graphs right there. You see the experience difference is in favor of red right now. Gold difference in blue. Now, generally, that's going to be considered even. But remember, it's late game versus early game comps here.
Mid lane, Fex says not. Oh, he just barely misses portal enough to get hit by the Neath ult. Here from the side is Osiris.
Got him. Yeah, that was really smart.
Flail.
Yeah, there was no reason for him to overcommit there. Just throw the Spirit Flail down. He's level 9, right? He didn't have any more CC immunity. He already used his ultimate, so just lock him down.
It's so important, the pathing that Osiris took right there. He could have rotated down the other direction from the solo lane, but came around the longer way of Fire Giant, which is the only reason he was able to be in Spirit Flail range.
Look at this guy. Qin going to miss there. Stun also going to miss and doesn't take the double tap. Not really sure what Thor was looking for there. Zephyr kind of throwing away some free damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the second time we've seen Thor piloted today, and the first time around wasn't too strong. In our first set, the jungler played Thor, and
Bobat at one point ulted and then missed the stun. It was kind of a big choke.
Yeah.
As a result, the through space and time missed. I mean, we see an almost very similar comp, and to the same point, almost very similar plays. Zephyr right there, a little bit panicky, a little bit trigger happy on that teleport, doesn't get the massive damage, didn't find the stun over the wall. And really, if I was Darzer, I'd be taking advantage of that because it looks like they're playing nervous. I'd be being aggressive at this point. See, try to press the envelope a little bit. See if they're actually panicking. Because if that's the case, you'll be able to rush down early towers. And if it's not the case and they wind up killing, one death for that information, it might be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, and not for nothing, Thor is climbing up a hill anyway against two characters that are just his counter. The Athena taunt and the silence coming out of Darzer's Isis will both shut down the Berserker's barrage.
It's very true. Plus, remember, Ducky gets a massive amount of physical reduction. Now, a random little bit on that ult there. Yeah, Thor
looking for the mid lane.
Yeah, this is a little bit late. No, he goes for it. Wow, okay, through space and time was beautiful. Zephyr, okay, there's no more panic here. That was 100% confidence. We're going to get at least one pull here. No, we got both. Wow.
Neath ult is great, and the portal is better. That's going to hit, and Sylvanas just barely gets out of there. Big man Tinks able to find safety, and Cephal.
You ain't escaping from this, buddy.
Basic. One more basic sausage. Unable to get it. Gets it with help, though.
You can't escape from hell. There's just no way. She'll eventually catch you.
Too quick, too fast.
She has basically infinite mana at this stage, with her ultimate.
Right.
On top of the fact that she has movement speed increases, she has a slow to chase you down. The slow as an aggressive front is massive. And if she's quick on the draw, the small amount of CC immunity that she'll gain from the early cleanse, which I'm pretty sure is like 0.5 or 0.6
very, very
seconds.
Small.
It's kind of crazy. It's not usable yet as a defensive measure. Realistically, it's only usable as an offensive measure, recognizing when someone's going to turn around and try to go for it. You can see, 0.5 seconds. You basically have to be Nostradamus to make that claim.
And to be fair, I will give my man Sausage some credit. I have seen him use it.
To this day, I have never seen anyone use it as well as I think it was the best.
The best?
In 2013,
really?
He did a 0.5 cleanse on a Loki ult that he vanished and came into lane.
Wow.
And then brought him under the tower with the CC immunity and killed him. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So yes, it is possible.
I mean, these are the things that you'd never forget because of how rare they are to see that 0.5.
You're right. It is possible, albeit extremely unlikely.
Heavy Hammer started out by Osiris. You don't like this item, do you?
In the third slot against Hell, not as much. It should have been rushed before Boots. He doesn't need the attack speed as much as he needed the control. Shutting down Hell early, like we talked about, is the big key, and it's getting to a point where Hell's going to be able to fight through it.
I mean, Hell, as we said, it's 10 minutes in, folks, and Hell is level 12. Pull on to Darzer will be beads out, no problem. Qin using that ultimate just to shed beads. We'll see. That is looking at the itemization. That's beads 3, so just over a minute on those beads. We'll see if the play is made a second time in the middle lane.
Honestly, Hades' trade there probably not great considering the fact that his cooldown is going to be shared with the Beat's cooldown on top of the fact that she still has Aegis. So not in mortal danger just yet. Zephyr coming over wall, a little bit off.
Just poke.
One of the hardest parts about Thor is getting them on the side of the wall that you would like them to be.
Yes, it is a very finicky ability that is harder than it looks.
But we see trying to make the play here, and of course when you rotate to solo, you got to worry about duo. And as you can see, Circle of Protection. This should be a win here for Septem 7. There's not really a way for them to take it away from the...
Now, the Isis ultimate is one of the best ways to secure it. And right now, Upcoming Stars turning things around. They're going to get the support. Mr. McCrunchy will go ahead and pick up big man things. And the chase onto the Pikachu is real. Zephyr going very, very deep. Septem 7 almost not realizing it, not making the rotation into the jungle because it is just unsafe with the rest of Upcoming Stars lurking in the mid lane. They will push this tower. We'll see if they can claim it.
Wingust is down. Nice stun coming up from Zephyr. Good aggression. They should have another 500 gold here. Getting close to evening out what they just lost with that kill and that Gold Fury. Let's take a look at the graphs here, Hinderman.
There it is. You see that large spike directly down. That's going to be the Gold Fury, and then the steps up are the different objectives that we saw.
Still a net win for Red. They definitely needed that. We got a pull here. Not going to get anyone. Double use of beads, though. Much better than the last time. Zephyr comes down, does a lot of damage. See the shotgun doing a lot as well. Dars are forced out.
Rotation from the solo lane. Both solo laners have shown up. Hell just a couple of steps behind.
Look at this. Look at this. Speaking of behind. Medusa, no ultimate. Was it available? Oh, no, it wasn't. Nice Aegis there from Darzer. Wingust to try to get away from the flames. Not going to be enough Q, and will find it. And they're going to try to rush this forward. Ducky forced to beads. Lord of the Afterlife used as a defensive measure. Oh my god, and Crunchy not giving up.
Crunchy being very aggressive, using that Janus ultimate that is still there to find the back line and flank Septem 7 on their tier 2. This is very aggressive for Europe. 12 minutes in, we're seeing a fight underneath the tier 2. Mr. McCrunchy, subject of the Pikachu's ire, and he will fall to the jungle. Athena taking a look at Fexes, looking at Ducky. Couple of basics, and the Osiris shouldn't be down, and it is Fexes as Giannis claims the 9th kill for Upcoming Stars.
That almost exactly 100 unit portal right there, getting him out of danger completely by himself. Big Man Ting's trying to hold off the tier 2, and it looks like he will be successful. The blue team trying to escape here.
And trying, they will, and they'll also pick up the right harpies, the mid harpies for their troubles. They'll pick those up and take a look at the player damage. Giannis severely on the top. No surprise there. I mean, Brandon, sure, we've seen a lot of the shotguns, but the portals have been so important in these team fights.
His ults have been completely on the mark as well. Like, his accuracy has been incredible, and this is kind of what we saw from Fexes throughout the entire Season 1, where we actually watched him play at a professional level.
Right.
The guy was incredible, and he's now new to the Upcoming Stars. I'm not sure if he's subbing or if he's main roster, but man, is he just so good at this game.
Isis using the ultimate this time to try to secure a kill, but Giannis can walk through walls.
Yes, he can.
So he's safe.
It's totally fine. My man just like walked out of that one for free. Also, something I saw today that I didn't know could happen. Janus, in one of the previous games, used Aegis Pendant and still portaled while it was active. And I'm like, oh, that's some stuff, man. Didn't know he could do that.
Well, I mean, Giannis can't use any abilities. Players can't use abilities, but they can interact with things on the field.
Technically, you can be CC'd, and being portaled is, even though you're helping yourself, it is a form of crowd control.
Well, I mean, in the same vein, similar vein, you can use an enemy's Giannis portal to avoid the Ares pull because you are banished.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. Huh.
It is very interesting.
Look at that.
So,
Janus, very, very tricky. One of the gods that requires the most study. I think you need to understand, the major points of threshold, how he can use it, how his teammates can use it, how, unfortunately, you can use it if you're fighting it. You got to know when the portals are going to banish you versus teleport. I mean, there's a million things that you have to learn.
Very, very complex character. And I mean, even at the base level, surface level, try to hit Unstable Vortex. That's difficult. It's not a line like almost every other mage has in their repertoire. So, Giannis, definitely not a god for beginners. And on the side of the rest of Upcoming Stars, they're going to make the rotation on the right.
Osiris, he sees it. Nice use of the curse there. Oh,
beautiful
look
portal.
At that. Fex is completely baiting it out. Getting that stun away. We're going to see Thor take to the sky. Pulls. Will we get anyone?
We'll get one, and it's going to be on the Pikachu. Down comes Thor, and that's a dead Athena.
Yeah, that's really big. Getting that after its ult had already been used, make sure that he's going to lose a lot of farm from that. You'll also see Ducky forced to use his ultimate, has no escape now, recognizing that fact, will be forced back to the base most likely, although he does take a trip into the jungle. We have a 3v4 on this side of the map here, and it looks like they're going to take it.
On the side is Darzer. Isis caught out. That's a problem. 2-3 chains, 4 members, 1 kill. Fexes picks up Darzer, mid laner on top of mid laner.
Yeah, over in the left side, you're going to see Neath trying to get greedy here, staying alive. Crunchy not having it. Neath not going to have any presence in this fight whatsoever. That's going to be a tier 1. Crunchy could really keep going here. It's really up to him to stop the back, but a tier 2 is going to fall. That's another 1,500 gold, plus the 500 over here, plus the kills, and look at that. Huge lead all of a sudden.
Athena's going to come over here being the left-hand side. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for Medusa. She'll be able to poke, but the jungle Athena generally doesn't 100-0 anybody, especially a character with an escape. So she's going to stop the back, beads away out of the taunt. That's going to be a safe Mr. McCrunchy move.
That was a little bit strange. Blinking in and going for the taunt to stop the back. He probably should have just hit her to stop the back to force a lacerate and then chase with the preemptive strike, ensuring that he would have been able to lock her down long enough for his teammates to follow it up. Crunchy got a little lazy there with that back, but it doesn't wind up hurting him in the long run. Pikachu using the skills out of order there doesn't really consider what his enemy could do. I think one of the biggest issues today. People just kind of throwing moves out, hoping for the best.
For sure. And as we just looked at Cephal real quick, he knows that he's down 2, maybe a level and a half. And because of that, he's going to freeze the wave. He wants to do anything possible he can to shorten up this distance.
Look at this, trying more damage into Thor here. Spear Ball actually not going to hit, and Janus ult wasted his way. We're not going to see Fexus land that traditional big shot there. Very hard move to dodge from that range, but a little off the mark. He's not going to find it, but still, they'll gain control over the middle of the map here, and it looks like turn their sights to the Gold Fury.
Gold Fury is begun by the upcoming stars. Septem 7 look like they understand, but I don't know if they can find the door. They're going to walk right in. Isis ultimate is down. That's going to be a big deal. Gold Fury stopped. Now it's all about the fight. Zephyr comes down, but he's knocked up immediately by Sylvanas. He finds the door outside with the Mjolnir's attunement, but the Wisps follow him anyway. Mr. Crunchy takes out Ducky, the other solo laner. Fex says trying to find, waiting for his cooldowns. Crunchy's gonna fall if anybody can get damage on him, but the lacerate gets out of there. Fex says picks up Cephal. Darzer the only one still in the fray. Couple of damage, couple of hits, and Darzer will pick up a kill before he falls, but Sausage finally makes himself known, takes out the jungle Athena. Big Man Ting's the only one alive for Septem 7, and he's not stopping this Gold Fury anytime soon. Upcoming Stars wins the fight and takes the objective.
You know, honestly, that probably shouldn't have went in the favor of Upcoming Stars. They spent a lot of damage into Big Man Tings. Sylvanas, of course, not only CC immune most of it, but healing himself up as well.
Right.
The issue here is that Upcoming Stars' lead is so big at this stage that Septem 7, even with a very superior team fight in that whole situation, didn't have enough damage, control, or sustainability to last through it. And a lot of that has to do with Sausage being able to heal his team up, sustain his team up, making sure they're not being CC'd with that cleanse. It was an absolutely beautiful fight from hell. Zephyr getting a little bit too far into the back line. Crunchy had a decent fight as well, but realistically, Sausage was the one that was able to keep his team out the entire time, and you got to give him credit there. Hell really showing up.
Hell, and Sausage utilizing Hell to allow Qin to be a warrior.
Yeah.
Not a guardian in this game here. The chains, the fire, with the heals out of Hell, able to just stay present in these fights. Ares is a frontline damage dealer this time around, folks. Qin has brought out this character a number of times, and right now we're seeing why he favors it. Really, really confident on this god. 3, 3, and 10 for the slash line, and that's looking really good for Qin.
You know, Qin, in my opinion, one of the worst guardian players from behind. Right? He doesn't have a great level of defense.
Sure.
But probably the best European Guardian, in my opinion, from the lead. Like, the guy is non-stop crazy aggression. We've been watching him for about 3 years now. Actually wound up subbing in for a team for the launch tournament when there was a visa issue or a passport issue. He comes in and plays, and the way that he played in his games back then, before he was really a known player, just blew everybody away. He winds up on so many different rosters, plays on so many different teams, and I always love watching the guy play when he has that lead, because his aggression is really just inspiring to watch.
It's unmatched. Inspiring is a great word, especially when Hell's on your side. Hey.
Right, but that's what they have. They have the ability to have anyone be a frontliner here. Now
Right.
with that cleanse active, Hell has not only made it through the early game, it has made it through in spades.
Great taunt. That's going to pick up 3, but there's no follow-up. Ares queuing.
Right,
he's going to get a lot of beads and a lot of ultimates. Athena ult's going to be down.
Yeah, that shouldn't hurt them too bad, but remember, one of the biggest strengths of Athena is her ability to be in a team fight, back and heal, and come back into the fight using her ultimate. With that being down, this gives a lot of pressure to Sausage, allowing him to move forward, not have to worry about him backing. We're going to ride in with Zephyr here. That should be big! It's massive! The turnaround is huge! They're going to find a huge 4-man stun. The turnaround not available here. Darzer, Pikachu, Cephal, Big Man Tings all fall, and poor little Osiris not going to be too far behind.
Ducky falls to Crunchy. That's the second kill in the two-part double kill for Medusa.
What a crazy ult. Zephyr really showing up this game. The very beginning, getting that ult in the duo lane was great. I mean, why not? I mean, end it right now. You got 15 seconds. It shouldn't take longer than that.
Yeah, this is enough time for
wow, they're not going to take
upcoming stars not trusting the gut. Just a little gun shy.
They're not going to take it. Wow. You know, we always make the joke that Europe doesn't close out, right? What more do you need than a deicide? And realistically, there's only one other tower left. They probably could have ended there, but they do want to play it safe. They already have a game advantage, right? They don't want to see what happened to the last pro team, right, where they kind of overcommitted to a fight, wound up wiping and throwing the game. maybe that was enough to scare them away.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch this game, and you got to be careful. Never want to throw these games, especially when there's so much on the line. I mean, if you guys are just joining us, these are relegation matches for the last split. The team that wins this gets a ride in the Pro League.
Whoa, Fexus, what are you doing?
Just caught out.
What? Right, but why was he there? I mean, how much gold in hand did he have that he just threw his fire giant away? That's
800.
Fexus, come on, buddy. You can't be doing things like that. Even though it's going to be a 50-second respawn, that's actually going to hurt for 2 reasons. One, of course, losing the fire giant is a very big deal, but the big issue here is that the rest of his team can't utilize that fire giant until he's back up and ready to continue pushing. Hell's damage, of course, is decent, but she has to be very close to melee range for it to be actually useful. Fexus is their main line of poke at this point. And with that, they're going to lose a big chunk of that fire giant buff as a whole as they elect to clean up their jungle, just control the map a little bit.
He will be up in 20 seconds, and there is a 10,000 gold lead. So, while I don't mean to diminish what it means to have a fire giant around your waist, a 10,000 gold lead from a Giannis, you're still going to poke out.
That's true. That's true. And the sustainability with the fire giant plus the Hell, who probably has like 70,000 MP5 at this point. We got MP5 in the Chronos Pendant, MP5 in the Lotus Crown, MP5 in her passive, mono regeneration from the fire giant. She basically has an infinite blue bar at this point.
I love this build coming out from Hell. It's
perfect.
Sausage completely understands his role on this team. Yes, damage is a nice byproduct, but I want to be able to get as many cleanses, as many heals off as possible, and I'll get the staff just for good measure.
You know, and I respect the builds coming out on Septem 7, right? They have 2 weakening curses and a divine ruin, and a pestilence. They know that healing is a big part of this. The issue here is I don't know if even with those heals, they have enough damage to win the team outright. This siege can last for longer than the 13 seconds.
Beautiful blink in from Q, and he's going to get a lot off of that one pull, 4 beads or ultis there. Up in the air is Zeus. Is Zephyr. And he falls. No beads to get rid of that stun. The backflip underneath, and this is a free tower as long as upcoming stars can clean it up. Fex says, no fire giant, no problem. Gets the kill. Zephyr gets the kill. Medusa gets the kill. One more. Can they get it?
Pikachu still in the back line here. Remember, no ultimate Big Man Tings. There's no way Sylvanas is escaping from Janus. That is just like a cat and mouse game that will just end very, very quickly. Burning into the base here. Full wave of fire minions. I mean, that's free.
Speaking of end very quickly, Brandon. This Titan is going to fall in a matter of seconds. In the first game, ladies and gentlemen, make that the second game, rather. Upcoming stars, go ahead, take game number 2 with vengeance. Over a 10,000 gold lead on the SPL team right there. They are leading 2-0 in our best of 5. If they win the next one, they keep the SPL spot in Septem 7.